Belize Watch. Knowledge of the past, impacting the present, building the future.
Pueblo Viejo Village is the southernmost village in Belize, located 7 miles from the Guatemalan border. In this edition of Belize Watch Revisited, we look back at our Belize Watch team's visit to the village in March 2015. They spoke with Stephen Shaw, who was the principal at the school at the time. He recounted his early years in the village. We will have that story, which first aired on March 24, 2015, after we hear from our partners, the Barry, Shell Belize Limited, and Honorable Kevin Bernard.
We are the Barry, offering you great products, good service, and of course, the lowest prices in the entire country. Visit us in Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio Cayo, Orange, and now in San Pedro, La Isla Bonita. The Barry. Get more? Be less.
In the heart of the Orange Walk East constituency, a new chapter of progress and connectivity is being written. Under the visionary leadership of the area representative, the Honorable Kevin Bernard, and in partnership with the Ministry of Public Utilities, Energy, Logistics, and E-Governance, we gather here today to celebrate a monumental achievement. Through a remarkable collaboration with the International Cooperation and Development Fund of Taiwan and the Government of the Republic of China, Taiwan, we stand witness to the inauguration of not one, but 2 Digital Connect Labs in the Orange Walk East constituency. 3 years ago, the village of Santa Marta faced a significant challenge. There was no telephone connectivity, leaving its residents isolated from the digital age. But today, thanks to the relentless efforts of the Honorable Kevin Bernard, a transformation has taken place. A smart tower was erected, bridging the gap and bringing the power of communication to Santa Marta. And now, in a remarkable step forward, we proudly unveil a brand new digital lab where the entire community will have access to cutting-edge technology and digital resources. This digital lab will empower the residents of Santa Marta, opening doors to education, healthcare, and countless opportunities for growth. As the People's United Party government propels us into a new digital era, Santa Marta shall not be left behind. But the story doesn't end there. As the sun sets on this monumentous day, we turn our attention to Carmelita Village, also nestled within the Orange Walk East constituency. With great joy and enthusiasm, we celebrate the inauguration of yet another Digital Connect Center. Once again, the power of digitalization reaches the people, bringing them closer to a future of limitless possibilities. As we witness the birth of a digital revolution in the Orange Walk East constituency, let us embrace this moment with hope and enthusiasm. Together, we shall create a future where no community is left behind, where connectivity becomes a catalyst for growth, and where the power of technology truly transforms lives. Welcome to the digital age.
Shell V-Power with 3 times more cleaning and friction-reducing molecules. Go well. Go Shell. Okay, I'm in the schoolyard here in Pueblo Viejo. And Pueblo Viejo, of course, means the old tongue in the Toledo District. We're about 6 miles or so from the border with the Republic of Guatemala. And with me is Stephen Shaw. And Stephen is the principal of the school here at Pueblo Viejo. Stephen, good morning. And it's nice to get to know you. It's nice to talk to you, and it's nice to be here at your school. Thank you so much for the invitation.
It's my pleasure, sir. It's my pleasure. Thank you very much for being here too, and welcome to Pueblo Viejo.
Okay. Now, Stephen, you are originally from Pueblo Viejo.
Well, yes, I born here in Pueblo Viejo, and up to now I'm still here. I'm originally from here. Mhm.
Now, let's get to know you, Stephen. You were born here in Pueblo Viejo. What was it like growing up here in Pueblo Viejo? What can you tell me about your young years here in Pueblo Viejo?
Well, things that I could recall on is basically in those years, some 30 years ago. I can recall that going to school. At the time prior to having this buildings here, I was going, more at the hilltop over there at the other school. Um, I basically can say that at the time there wasn't really um, much to think about in terms of if there would have been TV or cell phones or electricity. Everything was under the moonlight, under the stars. Listen to the birds, listen to things, and of course enjoying the cool breeze. Um, there isn't much really in terms. I cannot recall if there was much to talk about, going to school. All I can recall though is basically the issue of having to, at times whenever we are not in school, we normally spend most of our time in the farm, and we would, stay there. We would camp, and my father is a farmer, and up to date he's a farmer. My grandparents are farmers, and so they really, in their view, thought that farming is one of the best way to go, and through their help and so on, we are able to survive then, and up to now we can survive. Though I am a teacher, but I still do my little farming, from time to time.
Yeah, because I was about to ask you what made you branch out from farming into the teaching profession.
Well, like I've said, it has to be that
What inspired
inspire me. See, today the teaching itself, if you are someone who are visionary, who wants the best, the norm or just the routine will not really make you go that way. You have to do extra. You have to do extra to really start to see certain changes, some vivid changes. And I thought that farming and other investment, maybe later on, I'm thinking of having an investment of my own, in terms of perhaps computers and also internet. And I thought that is important around this time. But certainly my growing up has been, the life of a child, going to the farm, coming to school. But my dad has realized then, because of the way how he was grown up, his mother passed away when he was 9, and then he didn't have the chance to go to further his studies. But I must applaud them, because they were very strong in having afforded us, and being the first child. It wasn't really easy, because one of the things I can always recall is, says, well, I'll try to see what I can do at least up to high school. But from there on, you will need to come back and help us, because we had a big family. It's 10 of us in the family, plus my two parents, plus my parents. So I had to come back after I went to high school. I did what I had to do. At times I had to travel from here to Dom 5 hours. Then that's in 1994, 95 thereabout. Yes, and then from there on, I was able to be successful. In 1998, I graduated from TCC, from the Toledo Community College, and then I was fortunate, and my father wanted good for me, and he was like, helping me to get a job. Well, we need to get a job for you. You need to get a job. We need help. It's a bigger family, and then in my mind, I didn't really have the mind to really further my studies, because I had to reconsider. Okay, I need to help my dad, and it's a big family, and so that was in 1998, and then 1 week after I've graduated, I went to the parish in Punta Gorda to see if there were any job, and fortunately for me, I was called a few days prior to having replaced a teacher who would have been on maternity leave then, and that was in 1998. So I got like 1 week break, and then right into the teaching job.
Here in Pueblo Viejo?
Right here in Pueblo Viejo, right here in Pueblo Viejo. So I've begun teaching for the month of May, June, and that's how I got. And then I went to my father asked me to please check into your, maybe you can have a job for September, and that was the push I got. It wasn't really my initial plan. I really wanted to become a military. I've always, because here in this area here, this was the military base then. I was influenced. I wanted to become a pilot. I've always wanted to. This has been a platform for the British camp right here in this.
Right, where we are seated right now. So that's why the buildings are, some of the buildings are still around, you would say.
No. This is
The complete
the complete difference.
but they camped here in the
They
90s.
camped. Yeah, they camped here. But anyways, then I've managed to get a job for September in 1998. That same time, then the then manager also called me. It's like classes starts the Monday. They've called me this Saturday. He said we have a post for you, but in San Benito Poite.
How far is that from here? One way.
That's about 5 hours here walking. That's what I used to do. 5 hours from here going this way.
So if we'd like to go to San Benito Poite today, we'll have to walk.
Yeah, we'll reach La
Is there any road?
There's a truck. There's a truck.
There's a truck
There's a
from here
truck.
to San Benito
Yes,
Poite.
yes. You'll have to walk an hour from here on the road, and then from there you get into the jungle for 3.5 hours. 3 hours and a half, yes.
You did that
I did that in 1998 up to 2000.
every
2
day,
years.
was it?
No, I used to stay
You
there.
stay there.
I stayed there, and sometimes I would come in on a weekly basis. It was a very good experience. I like to thank the people who have given me that opportunity, and I've used it as a growing for me to grow, and based on my appraisal and my support the principal then gave me, I was able to then come into the teaching profession, and I've ended up liking, with all that the experience that I've gathered, having to travel here and there. San Benito Pueblo is one of the lovely places I also liked. Then they've asked me to return to Pueblo. I've served 2 years. I'm here as an assistant teacher, and then the following year I went to Halakte. That's
right on the border.
yes, right at the border. I spent 4 years there, and because of the colleagues that I had around me and the support that I've got, they serve as a mentor. I really appreciate that. I must commend them. That is Miss Tina Romero and Miss this other Romero. I can't recall at hand often, but they really asked me, you have been doing good. The way how I've participated programs that I had, I was one of the individual who have started scouting here in Pueblo Viejo.
You're a community leader, basically.
Yes, I've took that initiative, and when I went to Halakte, I've started a scout program there, and my involvement, based on others' observations, said you need to go. You should further your study. You should go. Go to UB. Go to the college. Go further your studies. We believe that you could be somebody. So they were like singing this in my ears, so often that I decided in 2006, I said I will go.
Okay.
I'll go, and then I've submitted my application at the University of Belize Central Campus, and then that's in Belmopan, and I was accepted. So I went to study there. I spent 3 years and a half from a high school to a bachelor's degree. So I decided, I was determined to say, when I go now, I must do it, to the fullest I can, so that I don't know if I could get another opportunity to go back. So yes, I went. I had to force myself to go. It wasn't really an easy decision, but I still went.
But it's a decision that changed your life, basically.
Yes, basically, yes. Today I can proudly say, and I'm a product of the University of Belize.
Okay.
So I'm happy for that. Yes,
Very good.
and certainly I'm happy to be back in Pueblo. I've always wanted to say that it doesn't matter where I go, I will always want to come back and give to Pueblo Viejo, and of course San Benito Poite and Halakte. I still have the passion to go and give, maybe not really in education, but in whatever other capacity, I'll be reaching out surely, and of course to other villages where possible.
Today you're the principal of the school. How long have you been principal, and how many teachers and pupils you have in school?
This is my 4th year as the principal here. Remember, I came back in 2010, so this is my 4th year really, going to my 5th. I'm happy to be the principal. Really, it's an honor to be at this post with all the responsibility, and certainly I wouldn't have been able to do it if it wasn't with the help of the staff that I have. So I also want to commend them and thank them, and also the Parent Teachers Association, the PTA, one led by Mr. Honoratus Chuck. We want to thank him for the support, and the Feeding Program Committee, who has really understand some of my vision for the school and the community in general. So at this stage, we have 127 students, 57 boys, 70 girls, and we have 14 preschoolers. One of the things that I've implemented here is the preschool. So we have a permanent preschool now. So every year I have a program that I wish to implement, and the last 2 years we've implemented the feeding program because of the things that I have seen on ground. Students not going for lunch, students coming in late, students are absent, students having some sicknesses. So I did a little analysis, use some common sense. I said maybe we need to do something about it, and that is how the School Scout program came in. We have the girls leading our World Glow, which my sister is leading. I have a dance group. I have the feeding program, and I also have the sewing program. Because I thought that balanced education is critical. The vocational, yes. So I have employed those using all my experiences. Not everything will be academics. I've learned over the years that some of us, though they make very good scores at PSC or pass their exam, but when they go to high school, there is always that challenge.
Okay, at an aside here, Stephen, I noticed on my cell phone that I have the Guatemalan cell service. Is that what you use here in Pueblo Viejo? I mean, we are 6 miles on the border, but I don't see a local carrier here.
Well, sadly on our part, I have to say that is what we are using. In fact, the people here have tapped into the opportunity, and we see it as an opportunity. It is working. We have strong signal from Guatemala, which is the Tigo or Claro. People have been communicating to our brothers and sisters in Belize with that type of medium up to now, no? And although we have the tower in Big Fall, which is the closest to us here, but that signal doesn't reach us here in Pueblo. Some spots in the Santa Cruz area, yes, you can find. But more in terms of having a regular communication, no, we don't have. So that is why people around this time, even internet service we can get through MTGO, having a modem. And that is what people have been doing. Though it's very costly, but the underscore concept here is that at least we are able to communicate with our brothers and sisters within the Belize. Because by all means, it's an international call, so it has to be a costly thing. It has to be a costly thing.
And the person calling you from Belize will also be paying for an international call, right?
Yes, he or she will be paying for an international call. A little lesser, but at least we are able to communicate.
Well, the main thing is the communication, I guess. But hopefully we could get some relief to that situation soon. Because you're in Belize.
Yes, that's the belief. That's the Belize. I wish I could have said more about having our own communication system and complementing it. But I'm sure that's the direction that we are going. Now that we have the highway, I'm hoping that we'll be able to get electricity. I don't think that when you come back again, I'll be telling you that we'll be getting electricity in Guatemala. I would like to share more that what things that we can do in Belize, and I'm sure that we can do it in terms of communication, in terms of electricity, and another benefit that can really generate our income here within the country.
Earlier you spoke about 5 hours from here to the dump area, which is at mile 20, right? Going into
14.
Mile 14. Sorry, going into Punta Gorda, and it took you 5 hours from Pueblo Viejo to get there. Now I think we did it this morning in about half an hour or something like that. 40 minutes, right? How has this brand new road, affected the lives of people here, and how do you see it affecting the lives of the residents in the area in the future?
Well, very good question. I think really for us at this stage, I think it's a great help. It was a dream once, but now we can see it. Even the older folks said they didn't thought that they would be able to see a paved road, because it was really a rough road. Then when I said 5 hours, is because at times when I come from high school, the bus normally stops at San Antonio then, and I would have had to walk the rest of Pueblo Viejo. And then on Sunday I would have had to go back for the Monday classes, and it took me about 5 hours thereabout to reach dump. And sometimes it's very you won't find much vehicle at that time. But today, today it's speeding up. Yes. How it affects our life, I think one of the things we need to learn also with development, we will have to embrace that type of development. We say it's good now. People needs to become more prepared. We need to be more prepared, more cautious, and have respect for the highway. But at least we can take our produce perhaps to Tong or wherever we want to move at a more efficient base. No? So it's an eye opener. It also I'm thinking it will bring more, perhaps more people coming into our community, perhaps for visits, maybe tourists and things like that. So I also see it as part of an economical boost for the village, sooner or later. But of course, we'll have to, make those preparations so that we could complement that type of development.
And farming is still the mainstay of this village, is it?
Yes. Farming is mainly the rice, beans, the cacao now, the cacao, and also the pepito, the pumpkin seed,
Okay.
and also cattling. People are into cattling also, cattle rearing. But basically, those would be the main source of income for this community.
No, it seems to me as a beautiful village. As a matter of fact, passing through all the villages in the Toledo district, one can readily appreciate the beauty of this district. It's a beautiful district, but tourism attractions. You have anything that could be developed into a major attraction for tourists? I know Nimlipunit is not too far away, but it's on the other side, right? It's a distance from here. What would you have in this area that could be termed an attraction that people would want to visit and get to know the area better?
All right. Besides the food, the language, and the customs itself,
The culture is
the
rich.
culture-
The culture is rich. Well, culture is numero uno.
we still have that alive. And of course, in our school, we have the dance group, and that is how we want to make sure that type of identity remains, because we are learning also that is that's been erased eventually because of the modern system. But besides that, of course, we have the view, the hilltop views, the caves, the waterfalls, and we believe that those can be major potential for the community in terms of tourist attraction. At this stage, those are some areas that the village council, along with other advisors that are looking in terms of investment. We do have also the quarry, where the materials are coming out for this highway. And we thought that those would be some special areas. And of course, besides the flora, the different richness of herbal plants that we have within, that's still available. They are still there. But of course, some investment and some time needs to be taken in perhaps clearing the trails and making publication, advertisement, so that we have visitors to these places. And we as Belizeans, of course, do appreciate having those around us. And that is why this is one of the villages. Pueblo Viejo is one of the strongest village in trying to maintain our forests. If you looked around the laurels of the greens, and as soon as we go around it, it's basically grass. And we thought that our older folks, our forefathers have said, we need to have respect for land, and because that is how people make their livelihood, to get their materials for housing, for herbals, for food. That's one of the survival area, So those are some of the things that we have in terms of Pueblo Viejo, what it has to offer. Yes.
That was just the reason for being here. Well, you mentioned all these attractions that you have here around Pueblo Viejo, and I hope I can get to see some of them. So, what you have in line for us today?
Well, from here on, Dr. Venda, we will move on to learn more about Pueblo Viejo. So we'll need to move on to Mr. Edmundo Koch, and thereafter, we would like to certainly take you to see the waterfalls yourself. And if time permits, we certainly want to visit one of our caves. Like I said, first-hand information are always,
Yeah, I would like to see it. So maybe we should think about moving in that direction. Think?
Well, yes. Let's move.
I think we could move in that direction, because I would really like to see a bit of Pueblo Viejo, and I think Mr. Edmundo will tell us more about the history of the village, how the name. Because I'm curious to know about the name Pueblo Viejo, why name whole village, and what have you.
Well,
so
please. Let's move on.
All right, let's go. All right.
Yes. This is the football field that we just lately got it upgraded through Cisco. It's a partnership in terms of community service that we have had with them. Our hope and part of our dream is to have this to a standard level, and perhaps with more assistance or partnering with organization, we'll be able to build some bleachers. I love football, and we have younger folks and girls that are very interested in sports. So one of the important things is to prepare the facility for them, and then of course take it from there. I think one of the things that we don't really realize in Belize that we could use sports as part of education.
And you said that this hilltop, because we're on top of a hill.
Yes, we're on top of a hill.
Looking down.
Down, yes.
On the plaza. So since you're on the hill looking at the plaza, you could you got a natural backdrop for your bleachers.
Yes. That's the intention, but you don't know how easy that is going to be, But as we can say it's easier. That would be the dream, but of course we have to get it engineered and so. And of course we would like to call this the Uchbenka Stadium. That's the dream.
Why Uchbenka?
Because that's the name of the village actually.
Uchbenka.
Uchbenka. That's in Mopan.
Mopan Maya for Pueblo Viejo.
Yes, that's the language. Uchbenka.
Okay.
Uchbenka. Yeah.
Okay.
Pueblo Viejo, Old Town.
Yeah. Because Pueblo Viejo really is Spanish, right?
Yes, it is Spanish. Yes, it is Spanish.
Old
Town.
And it's called Old Town because the Kaiwol?
No, but in fact, yes, it is one of the first villages that in the Toledo District that was identified, along with Aguacate. People first came in here, people who from the Caswar, if you recall, from the Caswar in Mexico. Some of them reached here. Some people I could recall is my great uncle, Diego Villanueva. He was one of the first settlers of this, along with Mr. Diego Koch. And then, of course, the other challenge has to be with Guatemala of the encomienda system, and also the military. They came across to Belize. Yes. So that is why they came here first. But because of this issue with the boundary, also, this is an old thing. Since in the 1800s, people were certain whether they were in Belize or Guatemala, but they were always told that all this area is for Guatemala. And because of that, there was a little encounter. People had to drew in more into San Antonio, and that is how San Antonio really got developed. When that got developed, people learned that actually we are in Belize, and Pueblo is in Belize.
So they came back.
So then they came back. The Salams came back. The Choks came back, and that is how that place was re-established again.
Okay.
But it was once inhabited by our forefathers, and then abandoned.
Interested from the Caspar.
Yes, it was from way back. Yes.
Way
So that is how he got that name. Remember, Mr. Diego Villanueva was perhaps your relative.
That's what I was about to say. I wonder if it was that related to me.
Related,
because the Villanuevas that I'm related to came across from Mexico.
Yeah. Okay. But they had to be from there because the Villanuevas are from that area. So they were to change the name, giving it the patron saint name from the Catholic Church, which is San Francisco. But they said, no, we should keep the name to Pueblo Viejo because this was one inhabited, then left, and then came back to Pueblo Viejo. So that's why they stayed with that name, really.
It's a beautiful village. I mean, if you can look at I see a tower over there. We're talking about no communication, but that tower would indicate that there's a community telephone there, right?
Yeah, that's a BTL. That's a BTL community phone. But like I've said, we seem to be always challenged because in fact, it's I don't know if it's in use right now in terms of access with that. So we have had our own challenges. I think we need to improve from that end, no? Yeah. But there was once a community phone.
A communication tower.
Tower, yes. A local. Correct. Yes.
Which, like you're saying, needs to be upgraded.
Yes, we need to upgrade.
Like we were talking, was occupied by the British forces when they were here in Belize.
Yes. When they were here in Belize, this was like a camping area. When they would come, they would have all the helicopter, the tanks, their vehicle. They were in full force when they came. This is like a training ground for them. Okay. Here, they would go a mile and a half or so into the jungle. They have their battlefield camps there. Yes, that's where they would do training. But this was the era that I can always recall. This is one era in which I was influenced that I wanted to become, a member of the force. Yeah. But things happened, and then of course I continued to my high school, and now I'm in a teaching job.
Yeah. Your grandparents?
Those are my grandparents, the Thomas Salam and Justina Salam. Yes, over on that side.
Everybody get water from here?
Yeah, when it's dry season. See?
In dry, wow.
This just started.
But is there anywhere else you get water from? Or
people use well. They have their own wells. Well. Yeah. Besides this, when it's dry season, this is the only pump that survives in the village. We have had our water system, but it's down like over for 8 years now. and we have been trying our best to get it back. Hopefully this year we were promised that they will start to look into it, but all the piping system are still down, and there's.
What about drinking water? What do you do for drinking water?
For
to buy commercial drinking water, or?
Well, at times people do buy, and at school we do have we were able to partner with a funding agent in the U.S. and they were able to give us some water filters. So that's what we use in school.
Yeah.
And then for the people in the village, they would normally get water from their wells or from the hand pumps.
Yeah, I saw the evidence of a rotary water filter bucket here. Did Rotary help you in any way?
Yes, I can recall. In fact, we want to thank them for that little donation, the bucket that they have given us. We have found it very helpful at the first, but what happened is that students got discouraged because the filtering process takes a little while, and students wants to drink right away. So we were able to complement it with another filter or get more, and that is how it's working at this time. So yes, we did get some rotary buckets.
For the start.
For the start, yes.
Good. And this, like you say, is your main water source.
This is the main water source, but like I've said, it's surprising this year. I guess
so people have to come from all over the
yeah.
village to come here.
Yes, sometimes they have to do that. See, right now it's taken a while, and this has been the first time it has been doing this. So I think there may have been some problem.
Yeah. Let me see if okay, just start to come out there. You don't want to waste the water, so just for camera purposes. Took a little while to come up indeed.
Yes. So I guess the water level.
Let's hope you get a good system, and you need water is essential. Yes. Phone, but it's not the work.
It's not working.
Okay.
But the best person to ask is the operator, no?
Community phone.
The community phone, yes, community phone.
Okay. But it's not working.
Not working at the moment. Well, we are moving over to Mr. Edmundo, my uncle. Yeah, he's my uncle from my father's side.
Okay.
So he will help us with some information about Pueblo, and I'm sure they may have prepared a little, cultural activity. Likewise, so I hope you enjoy.
Well, thanks for all the preparation. I mean, I hope I know we enjoy it. Okay. I love culture, so I love our cultures.
Let's see what Pueblo has to offer, and then welcome to the Edmundo Cox family and home.
In our second segment, our team meets some of the villagers, including some school children who were a part of the dance group in the community. They invited our team to participate in a few traditional dances. You can see them in action after we take this break to hear from our partners, the Barry, Shell Belize Limited, and Honorable Kevin Bernard.
We are the Barry, offering you great products, good service, and of course, the lowest prices in the entire country. Visit us in Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio Cayo, Orange, and now in San Pedro, La Isla Bonita. The Barry. Get more? Be less.
In the heart of the Orange Walk East constituency, a new chapter of progress and connectivity is being written. Under the visionary leadership of the area representative, the Honorable Kevin Bernard, and in partnership with the Ministry of Public Utilities, Energy, Logistics, and E-Governance, we gather here today to celebrate a monumental achievement through a remarkable collaboration with the International Cooperation and Development Fund of Taiwan and the Government of the Republic of China, Taiwan. We stand witness to the inauguration of not one, but 2 Digital Connect Labs in the Orange Walk East constituency. 3 years ago, the village of Santa Marta faced a significant challenge. There was no telephone connectivity, leaving its residents isolated from the digital age. But today, thanks to the relentless efforts of the Honorable Kevin Bernard, a transformation has taken place. A smart tower was erected, bridging the gap and bringing the power of communication to Santa Marta. And now, in a remarkable step forward, we proudly unveil a brand new digital lab where the entire community will have access to cutting-edge technology and digital resources. This digital lab will empower the residents of Santa Marta, opening doors to education, healthcare, and countless opportunities for growth. As the People's United Party government propels us into a new digital era, Santa Marta shall not be left behind. But the story doesn't end there. As the sun sets on this monumentous day, we turn our attention to Carmelita Village, also nestled within the Orange Walk East constituency. With great joy and enthusiasm, we celebrate the inauguration of yet another Digital Connect Center. Once again, the power of digitalization reaches the people, bringing them closer to a future of limitless possibilities. As we witness the birth of a digital revolution in the Orange Walk East constituency, let us embrace this moment with hope and enthusiasm. Together, we shall create a future where no community is left behind, where connectivity becomes a catalyst for growth, and where the power of technology truly transforms lives. Welcome to the digital age.
Shell V-Power with 3 times more cleaning and friction-reducing molecules. Go well. Go Shell. Said Munda, how you go?
Fine.
You
And
good?
Yeah, I good.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Senora, everything okay? Hello. How are you? You good? Yeah? ¿Todo bien? All right. And you? And you the whole little baby. All right? Uh-huh. Oh my goodness. It's good to be here. Thank you so much, Don Edmundo. I understand you're a historian for the village, huh? Should we start to talk about it now, or?
Sure. I'm sure, like I said, it's Mr. Edmundo Koch, his family, his son, the marimba, and his wife there, my auntie.
You play the marimba too, Mr. Edmundo?
No, sir. No, only my son. Yeah, yeah, only my son. Yeah.
And what could you tell me about the origins of Pueblo Viejo? How the village was founded, and because I've heard that people your nephew was telling me that people lived here, and then they thought it was in Guatemala, so they went to San Antonio, and then they came back.
Yeah, that's all my grandmother told me. When they come out to San Luis, then they drop here to Pueblo. After that, when they had this land still to the Guatemala, and then they come out and they gone to San Antonio.
And how many years they spent in San Antonio, roughly? I don't remember that, no?
That I don't know.
And then they come back and they find out that it was there in Belize.
Because like me, my ma, she born in San Antonio, and my pa in Guatemala. After that, when my pa told me that I got 2 years, that my pa came this village again. He returned back, and on that time, the right guy he died, and I stay here. I live here. I am 63 years old right now. Yeah, the right here I stay now. That's what I know. Like I told them. Then young people, I remember when I got no road, long high bush. That is I remember that. I see when this road, they open this road, I see this. That is what I know.
So how you feel about the impact that this road will make on the lives of people here in the village?
Well, like right now, we have to learn how to live when we see this highway now. Because before we live in the bush, and we know how we work in this place. But right now, like how they told us, we have to practice to learn how we can defend ourselves for this highway.
You were telling me the history of a bit about Pueblo Viejo, the name itself. Old Town.
Old Town, yeah.
Why Pueblo Viejo?
But in Amopan, we call it Uchbenka.
Uchbenka.
And that we call it in Amopan.
But why you selected Uchbenka as a name? What's the rationale behind it?
Well, that I can't say it because when I grew, I heard that's how they say it, which benka.
Which benka.
That's how they told me. But I know they question them why, because we just grew and grew. That's like, that's the way I know.
Okay. So I see we have the children here,
Uh-huh.
right? And so they're going to perform for us. They're going to do something for us.
I'm sure they have something they have prepared something. Like I've said, most of those, in fact, she's going to high school now. One, Miss Brianna, they were the first set of students in 2010-11 to be part of the dance group that we had in school. And now we want to grow more into it. There's much more time that we need to put in the whole program of having to keep or conserve the culture. So we have even from infant 2 here and up in the different classes that will be part of the dance group, or even preschool, I have heard. So, yes, keeping the culture growing. Yes. So I'm sure they will be happy to share a little dance with you, and then of course others will probably join. You know? So and of course,
Yeah? Yeah, because I like my culture. I know, forget it. I love my son because they say they want to learn play marimba.
Yes.
Well, like how I told them, okay.
Let's do it, no?
Yeah, it's right there. Because I don't want to I forget my culture. Because our music, it's Mopan. And we got the music again, it's Pokekchi. But right now, I think when dance, after that, we dance first Mopan. Before that, Kekchi, Pokekchi.
All right, so we have done Mopan dance first.
First. That's what I do right now.
All right. So I know these guys are ready for this Mopan
well,
dance.
basically what they have prepared, this is typical for us. It's one of the Mopan dance that we normally do. Whether we do it as such for special activity, or we do it as a part of an entertainment, or even for offerings also. Whenever they do the offering, they do part of it as part of the culture. But it's something good that we do in our village as such. So it's a Mopan dance really. Anyone can dance, and you're welcome to join them. And of
I
course,
have 2 left foot, you know, because I have to make I catch a rhythm, you know.
this one is not good.
So it work out.
Okay, sure.
If you do it, I'll do it.
Okay, sure. We will do it together. is part of the culture. This is what we would normally do. And like I said, part of my vision is to, keep the culture alive. And having the dance is one. And we hope that this can be carried, the way forward. And I'm sure, some of these students would like to share a few words. And I'm sure
Of course, that's how we learn. Hello, young lady, how are you? Nice getting to know you. All right, and you? Your name is? Roxana, and you are? Hilaria, Roxana, and Joyce. Nice meeting you, Joyce. All right, and let me go and meet the other people, the other folks here. Hi, how you doing?
Good.
You doing good?
Yes.
You enjoy the dance, or son, or?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Who taught you to dance?
Huh?
Who taught you to dance? Huh? Who teach you?
Mother.
Your ma? You want to hold this mic, not true? Hold it then. You hold it and talk to your friends and tell them something. Just talk to them and say, just talk to them. Talk to them. After they enjoy themselves. Huh? And your friends that love to dance, right?
Yes.
And you enjoy dancing with your friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? All right. See? Easy, right?
Yes.
Okay. You want to hold the mic too? You don't want to hold it? You don't want to hold it either? Okay then. So one of my friend over here. What's your name again?
Shahilma Show.
Shahilma Show. Okay, Shahilma. Nice meeting you, okay? Okay? And then let me go over here and... Where do you hide for? Where do you hide for? Huh? How you doing? Huh?
Good.
And you enjoy the dance?
Hmm?
You enjoy the dance?
Mm-hmm.
You go to school?
Yes.
Uh-huh. What standard are you in?
Another one.
Standard 1. Okay. What you like most in school?
Right.
You like write? So you'll be a writer one day and write books?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I hope I'll read one of your books one day, okay? Remember that? You're the writer, right? And your name, ma'am? Brianna
Bull.
Bull. And Brianna, how long have you been dancing?
Well,
Legal, not for young
yeah,
man,
fine young, yeah, fine young.
Uh-huh. And you live right here in...
Yeah, I live right near the Pueblo.
And what do you do here in Pueblo?
We usually dance. We usually stay and then we go for a walk somewhere and
That's
then
all like life is fun and easy in Pueblo, right?
yeah.
Uh-huh. So it's... All right. And you want to introduce me to... I talk to... I don't meet this young man. He ready to you?
Huh?
Is he ready to you?
No. He does way like part of the dance, culture dance.
Okay. Hi, young man. How you doing? Uh-huh. You enjoy the dance?
Yes.
Was it hard learning the steps?
No.
Huh?
No.
What's your name?
Myra Show.
Huh?
Myra Show.
Myra Show. All right. And you taught him the steps, or how you all teach each other? How?
We only learn from our teacher or something like that, Miss Dahlia Show.
Miss Dahlia? Miss Dahlia, we are contacted because you have to teach me the steps there, right? Because I need to know how I need to learn the steps, right? And what's your name, sir?
Hakeem Show. Hakeem Show.
Okay, Shakim. And you go to school too, obviously, right? And you're from right here at Pueblo Viejo, right? Yes. And you have fun. Where you gonna be when you grow big?
Huh?
Where you gonna be when you grow up? When you reach my age, where you gonna be? You wanna be an announcer? You want to be an announcer? No. You don't want to be an announcer. You want to be the announcer? How you? What's your name?
Roxana Salam.
Roxana Salam. Okay, nice meeting you, Roxana. Hi again. You want to do the interviews to me? Huh? Hello, young lady. How are you doing? You good? You go to school here? And what's your name?
Amelia Kaal.
Amelia
Kaal.
Kaal. Okay. Nice meeting you, Amelia. And is there anything special you want to tell me or tell the folks in Belize? Anything special you want to tell me or tell the folks in Belize? Remember your people in Belize and they watch you, and they say, what? I want to go to Pueblo Viejo, go say hello, go say the group dance.
I love to dance.
You love to dance, huh? So you are, what's your name, huh?
Adriana Kawa.
Adriana Kobo. And Adriana, you like the dancing there?
Uh-huh.
And you dance both the Mopan and the Kekchi dances?
No, only the Mopan Maya.
Only the Mopan Maya dance you do. And your parents are they're from Pueblo. So you live here all your life. Okay, go to school. What standard do you know?
Start 4.
Standard 4. Wow. All right. And so what do you be when you graduate from school?
I want to be a doctor.
You want to be a doctor? Great. Great. Okay, doctor. Nice meeting you. Okay. And you, what you want to be when you come out of school?
Teacher.
You want to be a teacher? Why a teacher?
To help the students.
To help the students? You like helping other people? And you enjoy doing this dancing?
Yes.
And you dance Mopan and Kekchi, or you just dance Mopan?
Mopan.
Just Mopan. All right. And so you want to be a teacher and teach other people. What's your name?
Anita Chuck.
Huh?
Anita Chuck.
Anita, nice meeting you, Anita. And all the best, okay? And thanks to the beautiful dancer for allowing an old man like me for dance, I don't know. And your name is?
Aquilina Cook.
Equelina?
Cook.
Cook. A nice meeting you, Equelina. And you want to be a teacher as well? Or what you want to be when you grow up?
Teacher.
Teacher? Why teacher? Why you select that particular profession? Because you like impart knowledge to people? You're like, You don't know why, don't you? All right. But you know you want to be a teacher, right? All right, teacher. See yourself as a teacher and you'll be a teacher. Right? You good, right? Okay. All right, where's the Madam Coordinator. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you, Mr. Rene.
And what could you tell me about the group?
First of all, I would like to say thanks for coming, and it is a privilege for us. And as the coordinator for the dance group in Pueblo at the school, as being me, I love to dance, and I love to bring out, especially our culture. As you see here, we are the Mopan, representing the Mopan. We dance the marimba, and the clothing. The difference with the Mopan and the Kechi is that our clothing, for example, where we have here the pick, we use the pick, and here we have the embroidery. We are more the modern one, and like here, I have my aunt here. She has the original, we have the black and white. We call this the camisa and the pick. And then the Kekchi is another group that wears the corte, the thick skirt, along with it's the same sewn blouse but with lace, and it's colorful. The skirts are colorful, and they dance the harp. We also dance, as the Mopan dance the harp too, but it's just the various of the music. It's different.
So the harp is really Kekchi.
It's really Kekchi. And then the Mopan, the marimba is danced the Mopan.
No, the inhabitants of this village are mostly
inhabited by the Mopan.
By the Mopan Mayans, but a lot of the other villages are inhabited by Kekchi.
Yes,
right?
Yes. And then, like I said, we at the school, we try to teach the younger children at preschool, because I'm a preschool teacher here as well. So I try to teach the children what I know. I try to impart it to the children. So we start from preschool way up to standard 6. We have the children involved because, like what we believe in quality education, not only academics but also, holistically we want to grow up the children. And yes, it's all around. And then especially with our culture, a lot of these days now, children don't really know our culture. Like, for example, myself, it's just the little that we know. It's not really in depth. But we are fortunate enough to have some of our older folks around, so we would go and ask them, and especially with the teaching of the dance. So I am glad to learn some of my dance from one of my aunt, my great aunt. Her name is Natividad Villanueva. Probably,
I keep hearing about the Villanuevas, so Villanuevas are very prominent in this village, man. So when I come here, supposed to come home, I have so much Villanueva.
Your home. And this is your home, like I said, you are welcome, and also we're fortunate to have you all here.
No, it's a great pleasure to be here. And like I said, I didn't know Villanuevas live here, in all honesty, until I got here today. Then I realized how influential the Villanuevas are in this village. I have to come and maybe retract. No, I have to find out where part my great grandpa come from or something.
Yes.
Yeah, but the dance was great. How many children you have in your group?
So far we have from all ages. We have about 13 to 15 children we have involved. The girls, and we have some boys, but it's a pity they are not here. But someday, we have done presentations within our community, within Punta Gorda and Belize and Belmopan. Lately, it was 2 years. with when they had the Peace Corps anniversary, and we did our presentation there. So we do it for culture, for culture event, or just for fun, or for enjoyment.
Okay. Well, Paul and I and Stephen had fun dancing with you all just now. And
we did as well. We enjoyed dancing with you, and we will have another tune to
we'll
dance.
do another one. That would be great.
Yes,
That tune that we did, that you all did just now, what's the name of that?
That's the mopan. We call it the mopan. It's mostly sapatial, but that's the ancient dance. But now we kind of like dance it more of the bouncing style.
Yeah.
And then the other one we're gonna dance is I'm not really familiar, but Mr. Edmundo can share the name of the music and the dance we're gonna do.
When I hear that song, I remember my friend Ben Ball. Ben Ball, right? He was Mopan, right?
Yes, he's Mopan, sir.
Yeah. So I remember when he used to do the shows on Radio Belize. I think he did a few on Love FM in the early days. But he did the Mayan half hour, the Mayan hour, I think it was, right? The late Ben Ball. So you knew him?
Yes, I knew him. He was, like you said, he's a leader in San Antonio, and he was also, I think, a catechist in the Catholic Church.
I admired him, because he recorded all the music and he walked around with these cassette tapes all the time. And when he presents his shows, he had all the marimba, rich marimba and harp music, because I think he did a bit of kekchi as well with the harp, right? So, I really, standing here, it's good. Ben Ball comes really to mind.
As we are speaking, like the music is the heart of the culture. That's what we believe, and it's something that keeps us enjoying and alive. So that's the reason why we enjoy the dancing and the music.
And these ladies here have helped you as well, right?
Yes.
And
she's my aunt. She's the wife of Mr. Edmundo.
Hi, Aunt. How are you?
Fine.
You doing well?
Yes, I enjoy the dance with them children.
You know hard, not true?
No.
What are the steps? How the steps going? That just
I just to shake your foot.
just to do a thing, right?
Yes.
So even one non-dancer like me could enjoy it, right?
But enjoy it, yes.
Because
I like dance. I dance we do my hack here in our house. My hack we do in our house, we dance.
the spiritual? Okay. It's a
We
spiritual.
dance with that.
And it's done through dance.
Yes, we dance with marimba and harp. Yes. My name is Sabrina Cock.
Seferina?
Cock.
Cock. Okay, Miss Seferina. Well, nice meeting you. And when we are dancing next?
Okay, son, it's called Cock's son, according to him.
But you dance it mostly the same way, or you have
It has slight changes. It's the steps, usually sometimes the steps and the spinning.
the spinning?
Uh-huh.
So I have to spin around?
Yes.
Like that?
You have to listen to the music. The music is the guidance that will tell you which movement you spin or you do the steps differently.
So if I try do a lead thing, I have to follow for two, right?
Yes.
Mine you drop when you spin.
Okay. So we gonna try it?
Yes, we will do.
All right, we could try it then. Because I have enjoy this, and thank you so much. I noticed that when you spin wrong, right? Yes. So I really, really enjoyed that. It was a great experience.
Thanks. And we also enjoyed it too, and with your presence here, we like to say thanks and to Belize as well.
I think you guys should invite the people in the country to come here and enjoy this wonderful music. I mean, you really feel the vibrations, you really feel the music, and really you feel the dance as well. I mean, and you know how if a non-dancer like me could.
Yes, could. Yes, of course. Of course, like I said earlier, anyone and everyone is welcome to our community. And whenever especially if we're noted ahead of time, of course, we'll have like wonderful presentation by our children and also our elders in the community. So yes, they are more than welcome, and we invite them. And we are happy to share and show what we know and what we can empower with them as Belizeans.
This has been a great morning. How about our marimba players? Who are they?
They are originally from here, and they are the son of Mr. Edmundo and Miss Severina.
Okay.
So,
you want to tell them hello?
I'm sure.
We will wrap up our 2015 visit to Pueblo Viejo Village in the Toledo District when we come back. We step aside to hear from our partners, the Barry, Shell Belize Limited, and Honorable Kevin Bernard.
We are the Barry, offering you great products, good service, and of course, the lowest prices in the entire country. Visit us in Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio Cayo, Orange, and now in San Pedro, La Isla Bonita. The Barry. Get more? Be less.
In the heart of the Orange Walk East constituency, a new chapter of progress and connectivity is being written. Under the visionary leadership of the area representative, the Honorable Kevin Bernard, and in partnership with the Ministry of Public Utilities, Energy, Logistics, and E-Governance, we gather here today to celebrate a monumental achievement. Through a remarkable collaboration with the International Cooperation and Development Fund of Taiwan and the Government of the Republic of China, Taiwan, we stand witness to the inauguration of not one, but 2 Digital Connect Labs in the Orange Walk East constituency. 3 years ago, the village of Santa Marta faced a significant challenge. There was no telephone connectivity, leaving its residents isolated from the digital age. But today, thanks to the relentless efforts of the Honorable Kevin Bernard, a transformation has taken place. A smart tower was erected, bridging the gap and bringing the power of communication to Santa Marta. And now, in a remarkable step forward, we proudly unveil a brand new digital lab where the entire community will have access to cutting-edge technology and digital resources. This digital lab will empower the residents of Santa Marta, opening doors to education, healthcare, and countless opportunities for growth. As the People's United Party government propels us into a new digital era, Santa Marta shall not be left behind. But the story doesn't end there. As the sun sets on this monumentous day, we turn our attention to Carmelita Village, also nestled within the Orange Walk East constituency. With great joy and enthusiasm, we celebrate the inauguration of yet another Digital Connect Center. Once again, the power of digitalization reaches the people, bringing them closer to a future of limitless possibilities. As we witness the birth of a digital revolution in the Orange Walk East constituency, let us embrace this moment with hope and enthusiasm. Together, we shall create a future where no community is left behind, where connectivity becomes a catalyst for growth, and where the power of technology truly transforms lives. Welcome to the digital age.
Shell V-Power with 3 times more cleaning and friction-reducing molecules. Go well. Go Shell. concentrate. You could play a little piece of the last song that you did. We just at least see how you go about doing it. Because the three of you all playing, right? Yeah. So.
Next chief play now, it's the same. Just show it for the dinner. Play the same piece next chief play.
You hold my hand. You hold my hand. You guide me. All right? I'll play and you guide me. All right? You guide me.
But the Mopan will of course appreciate, and we dance too.
Yeah.
It's basically from the same instrument.
Yes. Great.
And of course the other part is a little bit different because if you notice here the player, the lead player, two, and then he has four of those, and then they have two. The other one, the Mopan normally is two and two. So there's a difference. That's the Mopan sound.
Okay, so explain that to me. So there's a difference between the Mopan, all the Mopan would play the marimba. And
there is a difference. Difference in terms of tune, different with rhythm, different with the song itself. And of course, the players also will have to adjust for that type of playing.
So just now we had the Kekche tune, right?
It's more like a slower rhythm, whilst the Mopan is a more faster rhythm and tempo.
Okay.
Right? Let's maybe have
let's make a demonstration. But how you handle the 4 stick like that? How you handle the 4?
That's for the
The Kekche.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do a Mopan then. Because one person plays out a tune, two out everybody, right? Like if I was there and I played out a tune, two out, I would laugh, right?
Certainly.
Huh? Three hand? What I mean three hand? What a three hand? Tell me about this three hand thing.
Corrido de calle for the Spanish.
Okay, so
Fiesta and Fiesta.
You don't lead tune, you don't lead.
Yeah.
Hold on. Look at the difference in
This
song.
one is mostly inherited from across.
From
It's
across
more,
the
yeah,
border.
mostly.
So this will be more
more like cumbia,
Oh, okay.
vals and so, yeah, and corridos, yeah, from the Spanish. Yeah. So you mostly find this type of rhythm now in Guatemala, mostly in the Maya communities. This type of rhythm that they will play in a few.
Okay.
Yes. But what I like I said, what I like about this family is that it is supported by the parent.
Yeah.
And I think in whatever aspect, whether line of education, religion, belief, parent support is critical.
Of course.
And this is one that really shows to us in this community and along with other families that really has a parent that supports the children. And one, like I said, keeping up with the culture, but more importantly, having somebody or parent getting somebody to train them, and really now they're into it, and the music really is a reminder of our forefather. They're like the voice for us. So and of course, I think it is something that is important to preserve culture as well. Yeah, and the music goes a long way. So the support of the parent really is something I really appreciate, because if you see our sons and nephews playing here, and if we could have more of these in our communities, especially in the Maya community, that will be one way, to preserve the culture.
Yeah.
So yes.
That's a great statement you made there. We have to preserve our culture, right? And this is an integral part of our cultures in Belize, right?
Yes.
So Rosado, I noticed the marimba also has a name on it, Ukai Tikal.
Ukai Tikal.
How you say it?
Ukai Tikal.
Ukai Tikal. This guy, Ukai Tikal. Huh?
Ukai Tikal.
Ukai Tikal. All right, I get there. Right? If I think if I hang wrong a little bit more, especially like over when I used to hang wrong in this village, I will get back. So, Ukai Tikal.
Ukai Tikal.
Ukai Tikal. So, what's the meaning of that?
The songs of our village.
Songs of our village. Ukai Tikal. And then, man, I like the song Ukai Tikal. Right?
Ukai Tikal.
So the word Tikal really means village.
No,
what the word
Tikal is different. Kal, this is Kal.
It's not like Tikal
No,
Guatemala.
No.
Okay, because when they was like Tikal, you're talking about
the ruins.
The ruins, right?
No, it's the Kal.
Kal. Tikal.
Ukai Tikal.
Tikal.
Ukai Tikal.
Kal. Kal. Great. I enjoy it. That's why I enjoy the Belize Watch, you know, because I
Yeah.
get educated so much, so all over. Yeah, so I really enjoy it. Hey, I want to thank you, man. And make a hold my cup for me. Make a shake this gentleman's hand. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so
thank
much for being so kind to us, right? And
Okay.
really, I enjoyed it.
Mhm.
All the best. And Don Edmundo Cock, I want to thank you so much for having me here and for the wonderful presentations and for making me feel so much at home. I mean, I feel like at home, you know, but because, and more so because I hear you mention about and I think Steve Most was the first one who told me about the Villanuevas, right? That settled here. What do you know about the Villanuevas that came here?
Oh, Mr. Villanueva, he na one Chiclero man, and after that when he tired to go to the bush, and I think the old man, he think that make he stop and go in the bush, and that's why he came here in Pueblo and he built his house there. And I think his wife is, I think he found it Santa Cruz before that, because he now a Kekchi lady. The old man, he na Mexicano, Mr.
So the
Diego.
man came across from Mexico, the old man Villanueva.
Mexico,
From
yeah.
Mexico, and they became a chiclero over here, if I'm understanding you correct.
Yeah.
And married some lady from Santa Cruz.
He na one
My lady from
Kekchi.
Santa, a Kekchi lady from Santa
Kekchi
Cruz.
lady. Before that, I think because like Mexico, he na one old town, you know. And when the old man stay here and he start to plant cacao and start to plant coffee and he start to make plantation, plant beans, all that the old man did in this village.
That was how many years ago? Long ago, in
Long
1800s
ago,
or something, when the Castwar, no?
I think because I am 63 years old and I think about, right now I think about 55. 55 years old now.
About 55 years ago.
I see that old man.
Oh, he was still alive 55 years ago?
Yeah, when
okay.
Yeah.
So he may have died long ago. Too.
Yeah, long ago. Before
And
that.
they still have Villanuevas?
Oh yeah, Mr. Rafael Villanueva. One is the youngest, oldest, Mr. Roberto Villanueva. That is the oldest brother. Mr. Villanueva, Rafael Villanueva, and one is this lady, I don't know, Trinidad. He's living, still she's living.
When I came here, I never did expect to find one Villanueva living in Pueblo Viejo. You know, that's really amazing.
Yeah.
Right? You know, the surname Villanueva. You know, we're good to trace and see where it goes to. But
I think at that time, I think about only 25 family was living in this village. We are not so much. Just like now, I think it start to grow. Because I think this village, I think this is one big village, you know, because but second the people, they went to Santa Rosa and San Roman, Mayamopan. I think half of this village, they gone. That's why, like right now, I think, I don't know much, I think about 500 or 600 people in this village now.
So it's a basic population that stayed behind, but most of the people branched out into other villages and other areas.
Well, that's why that's the way. Only that's the way I know the history for Mr. Diego. Only that. Before that,
Diego Villanueva.
Diego Villanueva, but he died. After that, he gone. Only the children they are living here now.
Diego Villanueva. But I mean, with your great grandfather, Diego Villanueva.
Yeah.
My grandmother's father.
Your grandmother's father. Okay. You see?
With a family. With this Mr. Shaw, because my ma, she's his brother. That's why this is my family. That's why we live here.
Small, beautiful, big Belize. Lovely, lovely, love it. You know, anywhere you go, you could find some trace or something that's good to you. I love it, man.
Well, I give you many thanks to come and visit in my place. This is my house and this is my place. Right here, my father live. He live here and I live here. My father died, my mother, she died, and I stay here now. I think about four of us, boy and a girl, only three. But some of them they gone. Yeah, only me. I live here now with my sister too. I think three.
Okay.
Only that.
Well, I want to thank you as well for having us here, right? And for the dancing and the good time I've had here.
Yeah, because to me, like how I told Mr. Shaw, I don't want to stop my culture because I love my son. He told me that he want to play marimba. That's why we buy the marimba, and that I love because I hear this radio, Akoton radio. They only talk about it, but they don't live in a culture. They only talk about it. But like me, I don't like that. That's why I love my son because they learn how to play the marimba.
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
maybe next time you will come. Well,
I'll come for some
like
classes.
Me, every 2 days or 3 days, my son then they play. I did dance here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you love that.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I got my children. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, again, thank you all so much for this. Thank you so much for the reception you've given us, and really enjoyed it. Thanks to everybody, right?
Yeah.
Thanks. All the best. Yeah, we're going to give you the last word here. So before we leave.
Okay. Well.
You want to hold the mic? I can make you hold the mic,
Okay.
You hold it.
Well, I would just like to say thanks again on behalf of the school and the community of Pueblo Viejo, which is also known as Uchbenka, Old Tongue, for coming to join us, their team, Mr. Rene. And like I always said, we're happy and we applaud you for coming. And we are happy to show and display our culture live here in Pueblo Viejo. And every time and anytime you're welcome here as your team and Belize as well.
Okay. Well,
after this, you are welcome at my dad's humble home, for a cultural dinner.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Wow. Well, I know I passed that up at all. I want to thank you so much for having me here. And all the best to the group. Thank you all so much. Right? And wish you all the best. And thank you. I really enjoyed my day. So Stephen, we are going now to a waterfall. You said the waterfall.
Yes, it is a waterfall. Actually, it's not known, but we have a waterfall. It's in fact in this area, I believe it is the highest waterfall in this region. Yes. But of course, it needs a little development as we move along. But we are going to the waterfall. It's in 3 layers. We have, the first upper, then the middle layer, and then the lower fall. Okay. But we have more waterfalls, and that's just what we have, in the immediate.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I understand you also have a cave system as well nearby.
Certainly, we have a number of them. But I guess we will have to come for another trip because of the distance and time. Yes. But they are beautiful caves. Mm-hmm.
So we'll be trekking through this road here?
Yeah, definitely.
And for how long?
It's about 15 minutes walk,
Well, we better start to walk, Stephen.
So this is the center pool of the fall, if you notice, and then more upside will be the upper fall.
Yeah. So if it wasn't raining before, we'd be seeing nice, beautiful water like.
Yeah, crystal. Nice running water. Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
I thought you said it's in 3 stages, right? So
Yeah, that's the highest part in this area. But we have higher falls and deeper falls.
have reached the top of the falls.
Yes, yes. This is the upper part. And what's unique about this is that sometime in the late 80s and early 90s, this is where the British used to land their chopper.
They will land
Right here, yes, yes. Because from here to it's about a mile or two where they used to have their battle camp. Yes, yes. But this area, as you see, right at the upper fall, is the landing.
Nice clearing, right?
Certainly, certainly.
For a chopper
Correct.
to land.
Uh-huh.
Right? It looks like something out of a movie. Look at that.
True,
and
true.
It's only, water is only dark because of the rain. You know?
Because of the rain, of course. It rained 2 days ago and it showered a lot, so that's why we got it like that.
So, but other than that, it would be nice and
yes,
crystal, no?
crystal, certainly. Especially when it's rainy season, this is the place to be.
So we are on the top of the falls, right?
Yes.
This is the
upper
one, then there's the lower one.
There's a lower down
there, and then there's another one.
Yeah, the lowest of the lowest.
At the bottom.
Yes.
Beautiful tourist attraction. Actually, it's a nice place to spend a day.
Certainly it is, because here if you look at in terms of the rock formation, it is like it's safe. It's safe. You can bring your family, and have picnic around. You have volleyball game going here, and meanwhile, perhaps you're babysitting, have children playing in the emotional part.
Down there,
Yes, yes.
Nice.
Certainly.
Well, thank you for bringing me here, because definitely this has been I hope every time I visit a place like this in Belize, I'm always amazed.
Certainly.
And the diversity of this country.
Certainly, I too I'm happy to have this. In fact, it's a fortunate thing to be in your country and know what's the richness that it has to offer.
You don't have to go nowhere to see this.
That's what I'm saying.
It's right here, right
here.
in your own backyard.
Correct.
Things that you see only in books and things. I have all right here and more.
Yes,
and
certainly.
Beautiful and spoilt.
In this area now, when I recall, in my younger days, this is where my grandparents do their laundry, and right up the hill is actually where the cemetery is, and neighbor to that is my place where I'm living now.
Okay, so
yes,
if you go through here, we'll reach your
my place.
Your
the cemetery, the Catholic church, and my place.
Okay.
I normally would tell them, if people ask for direction, I tell them that I am closer to God and I'm closer to God and closer to heaven. Yeah, because I'm closer to church and I'm closer to the burying ground. Burial ground, yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the area where my grandparents used to do their laundry. Yes.
Yeah. People still do their laundry.
Yes.
Because we saw some evidence.
Correct. They still do. They still do.
It was a little boy carrying, that we saw earlier on, carrying the firewood that Paul and I had trouble lifting just now.
That's true. He's about a 10 or 11-year-old. That's what perhaps most children would do around this time, like a weekend or holidays. They go for firewood and so. But that's basically what they would do, no?
But you said when you were a little boy, you did that too, right?
In fact, this is the same route after classes, like when I was in primary school. That's what I used to do. Even we used to run competition. Yeah, we used to run competition. Who could bring the biggest amount? Yeah, and then we used to stack it up like like sardine or like match. Yeah. That's how we used to do it.
How would you stop this on?
Basically, this is from a macapal tree. This one here, macapal tree.
Because that's a strong vine, right?
Oh yeah, of course. This is what they use also if you need to, for housing. This is what they use also. All right.
So he would put this on his back.
I think this is a little bit too much for him, but.
My goodness, it's heavy.
It's heavy, yes.
This is thing heavy.
This is heavy, yes.
So how would he carry that then? Because
basically what he will do is he put it up again. If you notice, he was resting. And then he was, this is what he would normally do, and then go underneath it and then continue.
Okay.
Yes. Back it right here.
And back it here and put it
on his head. On his head.
So on his head? Like that?
Yeah.
On the head? Like wow. Yeah.
That's what he would do.
for this experience. It was a wonderful experience.
I'm sure it's an experience and a half for all of us, being that you are here, getting this type of walk through and experiencing the richness that our country has to offer. As we speak, you have seen the upper and the middle and the lower fall, and really it's amazing. It's difficult to explain the richness that you have to be here to experience it.
Yeah.
Yes, and certainly we are happy to have been part of this expedition, and I'm sure you enjoyed, no?
I enjoyed this evening. It was an amazing experience. What's our next move?
Our next move from here is we'll go home,
Okay.
where lunch has been prepared for sure.
Great.
And at the same time, while going, we will be passing on one of the second highest hill in the village, where you can get a view of the village. Okay. Not necessarily in its entirety, but you get a better view. You can actually sight out San Vicente, Halacte, and places like that. So we hope to pass there and then welcome to our home and to have lunch with us.
Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to that.
Right,
so
sure.
so we'll move on.
Yeah, move
how
on.
we came. We're going this way.
We're
We're going this way.
This way.
Oh, we're going back this way.
Yes.
See, I don't get confused already. So we're going this way.
Yes.
All right.
It is actually north in terms of
Uh-huh.
coordinate. This is north here, north this way.
Okay.
This is east and this is west and this is south.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is north as we speak. North here.
So we're heading north. So, Deputy Chairman. Look, and Paul want me to climb up there, no? Make him come up, right? Yeah. So, when you all started doing this?
It take me about 1 week. Just find the trees to help on the mountain. And I find the posts. After that, I hire some people make he put up frame. After that, I hire some people who hold the leaf, kuhum leaf. After that, one day touch house. Yeah, with 14 person each. I do quick about half day.
So how much you are working right now?
About 8. Yeah.
So when you started to put plant the post, you say it took you about 2 weeks or so?
Yeah. Your material, yeah.
Right, and so you started planting the post this morning?
No, last week.
Last week?
Yeah.
You did the frame first, right?
I had to do the frame first.
And then what takes a day would be to put the...
One day they touch.
And then it don't leak at all, no?
No, it take good amount. Good.
Take a lot of skill to do it.
Yeah.
And all the material come from out of the jungle?
Yes. Nothing.
No string,
No.
no rope, no nothing, right? Everything that found out there.
Yeah, everything by the big mountain.
By nature.
Yeah. This is then use our grandfather then to tie this frame.
Okay. This is an art that you learned, or
How
you learned this, or you have been doing this for a living?
I learned it with my great father, my pa,
Okay.
to how to build this touch house. Yeah.
Teach other people how to do it.
I teach my son how to make he learn it.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
This is great, man.
Yes.
And that your son up there, he smile.
Yeah, that's my son.
Right there,
Uh-huh.
young man.
June, Pablo Iris. That's Scout.
Yeah, well, it's called safe with the left hand, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Football player, wow.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay. Thanks.
Everything look tranquilo here.
Yeah. Tranquilo. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you too. So we are on the second highest hill in Pueblo Viejo, right? And looking straight ahead, we're looking in what direction?
So straight, well, here is San Vicente in this area. We see where part of those pastures.
Right
Yeah,
ahead
straight.
there.
Yeah,
That's
correct.
San Vicente right there.
Yeah, but the pasture is it's in Pueblo. But if you look straight beyond, that's basically San Vicente. Thereafter would have been Santa Rosa. That piece of the area, if you notice the two towers, that's already Guatemala to your left in that direction.
Where the 2 towers are.
Yeah, that's already Guatemala. So those are the Tigo antennas.
standing in the middle of the road just to get an idea of the beauty of this area. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, the view is great. So you're telling me that the police station would be that building there?
Correct.
Maybe you should just point me
some important government places would be, and of course, here we have the police station, where the flag is being flown out. Then we have the old community center, and then the yellow building with the green roofing. That's the satellite clinic. That's the satellite where we have now stationed. Well, not really stationed, but they come to work every day. The doctor and a nurse, and we have a community worker who's from here. And more up is where we have the Catholic church, the green color, the green painting. That's the Catholic church now, and then right alongside is the old school building. That is where, of course, I've told about in 1952. In 1950, no, that's when that school actually started here in 1952 by my grandfather, Mr. Apollonio Shaw. You know, and then of course alongside is my place. Yes, next to the school. So those are some little important places I thought we have in our community.
Pass it and it's good to know.
Yes, you know? Yes, certainly.
And this road, like we were talking about, certainly makes a big difference.
Definitely, it made already a big difference. Except that in certain areas there'll be steeper, or maybe not much shoulders, but just people have to just be cautious and careful when driving. No.
Well, it isn't completed. Hopefully they put some guardrails.
Yes, I'm sure it is. It is going to be. So yes, that's basically for that part.
I need to thank you, Stephen Shaw.
Okay.
I need to thank you so much for all of this because and thank you for the caldo. The caldo you're cooking.
Yes, I think so. We'll have to find out ourselves.
Well, I love caldo, so that's why I thought we had a caldo. But
okay.
But thank you so much for being so hospitable and for.
Okay, sure. It's our pleasure and welcome to Pueblo Viejo, of course. We're happy to have had you in our midst. And certainly I hope that your experience and through the expedition, we have had fun and we have learned, more about Pueblo Viejo, and to our audience, to our general populace, this is one of the most beautiful places I've ever liked in my life, and I always say that we are rich with what we have to offer here as a Belizean, rich in nature. Yes, certainly. So welcome and thanks for visiting our community, our village here in Pueblo Viejo. It's has been definitely a landmark for us in the history book of Belize, but more so for our village, to create such a documentary for us, no? So certainly.
Well, thank you. The experience was fantastic. All the
thanks
best.
Too.
This has been Belize Watch Revisited. Thanks for listening.
Belize Watch. Knowledge of the past, impacting the present, building the future.
Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewel they come from.